Hello. Let's talk about one of the best things you can have on your layout, as far as I'm concerned, working signals. Now for N-Scale, you are relatively limited compared to HO scale for what is available in terms of North American, Canadian signaling. Now I know you can buy the Atlas signals. They are G-type. They have the 3 light lamps in a triangular shape. I know all about those. Those are very common, and we're actually not going to cover those in this video because everyone knows you can get them. Everyone knows they have a control system. We're going to look at some other alternatives that I managed to find. First, I'm going to show you how far along signal technology has come since the early days. So here's the still available, I believe, or maybe not, Fleischmann signal. Really nice. It's obviously a German signal. So from the front, you've got those, you can just about see them, those tiny little lights. For what they were, very cleverly so, and this is very much in scale, are quite large. You could just about see it. I think they're grain of rice or grain of wheat. Probably grain of rice light bulbs there. So from the front, the signal is absolutely fantastic. From the side, not so. From the back, you're not really worried. So things have come along. And just to show you with the help of a 9-volt battery, as these are big light bulbs, it actually still works. It does look very good from the front. Next on my list are CR signals. This is a local UK company. He makes mostly British signals, but he does make some very nice searchlights. Let's have a look at this. See the detail on that. It's pretty good. It's a lovely looking signal. It's got a proper free LED system, as he does explain here. Very nice. It's got the metal coloured back. The only criticism I would give it is it's very hard to see. There's a little bit of solder there, which may or may not be able to be very carefully scraped off. A little bit on that side as well. But these are very nice if he still does them. Let's see what it looks compared to a Loco in terms of height and illuminated. So in terms of signals, I've got this thing where I think the height has to be right, and these do vary. Signals can vary very massively in height. This is, for me, this is quite a tall signal, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm going to pop it on the old signal test track here and see what it looks like. So if I move the SD70 over to where the signal is, yeah, it looks really good. It's a really nice base for it, which doesn't look terrible. Ladder detail is quite good, and where the head comes up to, if you see the head comes up to where the driver is in the cab, which to me is right. Having said that, remember we're on the Kato track here, which does elevate things a bit, so I guess you have to take that into account. Let's have a look what it looks like illuminated. There you go with the amber light on. Yeah, it looks really good. These are very nicely wired, as you can see. They're colour coded and the resistors are wired on. Here is the CR Signals 2-head searchlight, which is finished in slightly different colours. It's more grey than silver. Really nice details. Actually looks cleaner at the side than the single head. But there is one thing. If you look at the instructions, you see these have only got 2 LED colours in each head. So effectively, to get the yellow or the amber, you have to have the red and green on at the same time. Now, I'm not a massive fan of it because it doesn't. In certain angles, it won't look really like an amber. It will kind of look like a red and a green. And to be fair, he does say that in his instructions, but it is a very nice looking Signal. I'm not going to say it isn't, and would grace any layout. It's absolutely lovely piece of work. Again, the height looks, from that angle, the height looks pretty good. Now here's something I picked up in the States, very, very rare I think now, and I'd love to have another one. It's the BMLA cantilever bridge. I picked it up for not much money. I think it was like $15 or something. This is unlit. It does come with two heads, and the idea is that you'd put your own lighting there. In terms of scale, looks very, very good. You could probably still have these in the States. I know we still have these in the UK, especially on the London Underground. It looks very familiar. Let's have a look at the back. All the instructions there. And if we open it up, there we go. It's actually very, very nicely etched metal kit, which takes me on to another metal kit we're going to come to, but very, very nice. I think very hard to get these now. Yeah, it looks cool. You've got the covers for the targets there, and ladders. Oh, there we go. And the cantilever itself. Very, very cool. Very much in scale. Brings me on to these next guys. This is actually Chinese stuff. These are from a company called We Honest. I don't know if they still make these now, but I bought these maybe 2 years ago. They make, well, they used to make single and double head searchlights. The first thing you notice is I mean, they're not bad. The ladder and the stand, maybe a little bit out of scale, maybe a little bit thick, but the targets are in scale. As you can see from the amount of resistors you've got, it is literally a 3 light LED and a 3 light LED, which is excellent. So you will get the true yellow. You get a fixing nut, fixing the leading screw into the thing, into the base. I won't put it into this because I don't want to. The wires are so thin. You could really easily break these, or even worse, you knot them and then they don't work. But it's not bad. The detail's not bad at all. It's not, you know, it's not the best. You can see some of the wires there, but it's certainly not terrible. What I would do with these, this brings me on to the next variation of signal, but what I would do with these guys is I would very much enhance them, and you can make these look a lot better. And in fact, I'll probably do a future video where I'm gonna rip off the stuff at the back and make them look a lot better. The one thing that does occur to me is they are quite low. So again, bear in mind Kato track is raised up. They are actually quite low, so you would have to raise these or ensure that they're about that high, and there is a way to do it. There is a way to do it, which brings me on to the next category, and I shall show you that now. But they look very good. I know I've tested the lights, they look excellent, very nice and bright. Let's see if we can do that. Got a yellow, very bright, very, very nice. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, these are very, very cheap compared to other options, so that might be quite attractive. So the one way I would raise them up is this way. Those very nice people at Showcase Miniatures make a GRS cabinet. As far as I can see, it would be possible to modify the signal so it basically sits on the cabinet. There might be a way to do it very carefully. That's one option, possibly. The other thing I would do in a later video is you can add all these wonderful details, very impressive ladder work, stands and so on, and it might be possible to amend this guy to use all this. I might make a complete pig's ear of it, but it might work, and that's something we will pick up upon in a future video. So it might be possible to modify this all of these are very, very impressive and fine ladder detail, stands, so on and so forth. And it's worth a try. I will try that in a later video. I'm probably either going to do a really good job or it's going to be a complete disaster. But we shall see. But we'll save that for a later video. So this brings me on to the last, but certainly not least, option: Showcase Miniatures. This stuff is really, really impressive. They do the complete signal kits minus the LEDs, which they sell separately. So you've got this two-headed kit there. And there's the ladder detail underneath. You've got any extra details you want, you can buy separately. And if we carefully zoom in, they do the what I would call the traditional signals with the three hoods. This is very common in the UK, these guys here, and these are very much to scale because they're absolutely tiny. And even better, they do the D-type. So if you look kind of behind that signal, it's quite hard to see. That's the target for the normal. There we go. Those are the D-type or Darth Vader coverings that can go on. They're glued on. So effectively, you can either have your ultra modern signal or your slightly older multiple light signals, and actually do these in 3. This is a 3 light, obviously. They do them in 2, even 4 lights, possibly even 1s. So you can have any combination you want. They do the LEDs as well. And again, in a future video, I shall try to assemble destroy one of these and see what we get. But I have the 3 light LEDs as well, which should fit really, really well. And it uses this stuff to glue them, which is canopy glue. I've never used it before, but it's definitely worth a try. Showcase Miniatures, I can't say how good they are enough. They're absolutely brilliant. This stuff is incredibly detailed, and I think it will look absolutely fantastic on any layout. Plus you've got the option, you can go modern, bit older, or back to searchlights as well. Plus, my bugbear about the height, it should have a brass pole that the wires go down. It's in this thing here. So effectively you can make them as high as you want, which is really, really cool. So this guy will not be looking at something that's way over there or way down there. Oh yeah, Showcase Miniatures, absolutely recommended. Here's one open, and you can see if I point to it, a brass tube which can be cut to the size you want. The instructions are very, very detailed. I hope you enjoyed that run through of various options for US signals in the UK. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.